Trump's first term was objectively better for people of what you want than Biden, and you're going to see it this time. You're going to see an amazing economic flourishing happen in the coming years.
I feel like that's kind of like a we'll give it to you eventually type of thing. Like I just don't see. I don't remember that happening. I was alive 2016.
Bro, Trump just got in office in January. It's August. Like, what? Oh my God, bro. And
Test. Yeah, y'all can hear me, right? Yeah. All right. Okay. I won't touch it. Yeah. Cool. Yo, my name is John. Charlie, Riley. I think a common, like stereotype about college students, especially nowadays, we're all liberal and don't like know anything. We're all brainwashed, right? It's a common thing that's like parroted, right? What I would say is, as someone who just turned 18, goes to the school, and was able to vote the last election, I believe that Trump is not a good option for people like me, young voters, people of color who are from immigrant families and want to be able to afford things and want to be able to have a good life. I don't believe that's the right way forward. It's fair that you guys criticize the Democrats, this and that. I don't think that's the right way to go, and I'll tell you why. Trump, just for example, it's a common thing. We don't.
So we obviously know what this video is about. It's about Trump's not being a good thing for young people of color, just like me, who come from immigrant families and who are college students. That's what he said verbatim. I'm not an immigrant, but this student's an immigrant. Nonetheless, let's see what he has to say. Let's see what Charlie Kirk has to say. And let's see where this conversation goes. Let's get it.
You know why we hate Trump? We're all brainwashed, right? Trump said, and I quote, "Immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country." As of someone who comes from an immigrant mother, immigrant father, how can
illegal?
You said illegal immigrants? Illegal immigrants. Okay, he said illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood. I know people who are illegal and doing the opposite of that. Okay, they're living. You wouldn't even be able to tell their immigration isn't on their face, and it's not. I think that you using that type of rhetoric is not really beneficial for me. Why would I vote for that? Like, why? Explain to me why I'd vote for that as a young black man who has the ability to vote.
You know what isn't beneficial? What happened to Lake and Riley? I mean, you're conflating the two things. If you're here illegally in this country, you've already broken a law. You are already a criminal. Therefore, you should be sent back.
I mean, okay, that's the immigration thing. I'm still trying to figure out why would I vote for you, because I think even for your case too, your whole kind of thing is trans people, this and that, trans sports. I'm gonna be honest with you, with all due respect, I don't care. I don't watch sports.
Okay, you're changing the subject. You're going into trans sports and all this stuff. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why we keep conflating this. I'm honestly very tired of talking about this. If you're an illegal immigrant, you should be dealt with the same way other people who are illegally doing something are dealt with. I'm not saying anything that's out of the ordinary. If you do something that's illegal in America, something bad will happen, like in terms of jail or deportation, something along those lines. The same thing applies to illegal immigration. I don't know what we're talking about. Why do we keep having this discussion? I'm honestly tired of hearing it. And this is what Trump means. Americans are struggling. Americans are having housing crisis. Americans are having trouble paying for groceries. Americans are competing with immigrants through the use of H-1B visas, whereas Microsoft fired 9,000 Americans and applied for 4,000 immigrant applications. These things are happening to Americans. But yet, and this is what people talk about, we have a young man who's from an immigrant family fighting tooth and nail to support illegal immigration. This is the problem. This is the disconnect. This is what Trump means when he says illegal immigrants are poisoning the purity of the nation. I don't know what he said. This is what he means. We're supposed to be talking about issues that actually affect Americans because we pay taxes. We live in America. If anything happens, I will be drafted for war. My little brother or little cousins will be drafted for war. I will have to fight for my country. I will have to fight to the death for my country, and I will happily do so. But we need to start talking about issues that affect my country, my brothers, my sisters, not illegal immigration. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't want to hear it again, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't watch women's sports, so why would I be like...
Do you hope to have kids one day?
Yeah, but I just don't think that's important to me right now. I'm worried about having money for myself.
What do you worry about?
I worry about cost of living. I think everyone does.
And illegal immigration. You worry about illegal immigration.
Cost of living. I do have a job. So, cost of living. We're thinking about paying our college loans. Like I have to pay my college loans. We're thinking about How can we survive? Healthcare and our costs like that. What does Trump do to address that besides be like, we're gonna deport people, we're gonna put tariffs on, and trans people are bad? Why would I care?
Okay, so you work at, what kind of job do you work at?
Right now I internship at a tech network type of thing, so it's unpaid, but it's a job.
All right, well, yeah, okay. So have you ever worked a job where you have overtime?
Yeah, I worked at like Taco
Okay,
Bell.
well, Trump is no longer going to tax overtime at all, so no tax on overtime, which is great. Have you ever been in a job where you get tips? No tax on tips as well. And by the way, I don't have to speculate it. Again, the election's over, so I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's kind of a waste of time. But like, Trump's first term was objectively better for people of what you want than Biden. And you're going to see it this time. You're going to see an amazing economic flourishing happen in the coming years.
I feel like that's kind of like a we'll give it to you eventually type of thing. Like, I just don't see. I don't remember that happening. I was alive 2016.
Bro, Trump just got in office in January. It's August. Like, oh my God, bro. And what do you want to happen? And that's a real question. That's a real, genuine question. He said that we're going to see it eventually. That's over time. It's been 6 months. What could he do? You want him to get in office and magically snap his fingers and something great will happen immediately to give you a house fresh out of college? How? That goes for any president. How could they literally do that in 6 months? We're talking about the president. We're talking about a politician. We're not talking about Jesus Christ. We're talking about a politician.
2020, that wasn't a thing where it was a big like.
It was incredible.
Well, what?
But I mean, look, how old are you? 18? You were 10 years old at the time. So I understand that you weren't as like. I get it. I'm not trying to accuse you. It's just you weren't as aware of economics.
Well, in 2020, I was 15, and that was when the COVID hit, and it wasn't great back then. And he was still president, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because we locked down the entire country. I mean, obviously, so.
But when he was the president, though, when COVID hit.
Yes, and the states were the ones that locked down, right? It was California that had the most draconian lockdowns. I don't want to get too far into this.
Okay.
This is too speculative. You're going to see Trump succeed, and I want you to remember this conversation and give him credit when he does.
Sure, we'll see it when it happens.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having an open mind.
And the problem is that he don't really care about the economy. And this is what I've been talking about. He cares about immigration. See how he started the conversation. He didn't start it under the premise of, I want the president who's best for the economy. He started the conversation on illegal immigration, and he doesn't want to see people get deported, and he knows people who are illegal immigrants and all these things. That's what he cares about. And that's what he will fight tooth and nail for. He'll fight tooth and nail to support illegal immigration. This is what Americans simply, I'm going to be honest, they just simply don't care about it. Americans are tired of hearing about it, which is why Trump was so popular. They don't want illegal immigrants getting benefits and getting money when they're not. I'm going to just be real. That's what's happening.
Yes.
30 minutes, right? Do you support the Civil Rights Act?
In spirit, but not how it's written.
Why?
It's too broad and paved its way for the persecution. For example, they're using the Civil Rights Act to put men in locker rooms like Riley was in.
How? Which article?
Article 4 or 5, I think. I actually don't know specifically, but the Civil Rights Act is being used for by the trans movement right now as because they say that they are women, therefore they demand an accommodation of women's rights. Riley can riff on this. They're using the Civil Rights Act literally to have access into female locker rooms.
So what would you change about the Civil Rights Act?
I wouldn't make it as broad. I would make it much more crisp and concrete, and I wouldn't have it necessarily. I would also get rid of the disparate impact component of the Civil Rights Act. So the biggest problem with the Civil Rights Act, there's 4 components of the beast of anti-racism. There's affirmative action, DEI, disparate impact, and then, of course, there's a 4th that I'll remember in a second, which is basically disparate impact is that it must be racism if 2 different groups have different outcomes, which, of course, is outrageous. Disparate impact is the legal theory that undergirds most of the enforcement of the Civil Rights Act.
Bro, and here's the thing. I haven't read the Civil Rights Act, so I was actually looking into that conversation. I was hoping the young man would give some insight on it. But it looks like he hasn't read it either. So he don't even know. Only thing that he knows is that he doesn't like Charlie Kirk, and he doesn't like the fact that Charlie Kirk may be, in his mind, against it. I don't know all the details about that. But let me know what you guys thought about this video. I thought it was a pretty good one. I do think the student, he was moving from good faith, kinda, but not really, in my opinion. He brought up illegal immigration and fighting for illegal immigration. I don't know, policies, whatever the case may be there. Don't know. Nonetheless, my name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you in the next one.